Hi, this is Shaptadi from Hyundai Squad Canines, and today I'm going to talking about food aggression in dogs. So, what exactly is this? So, it is basically when you're trying to feed your dog, and your dog shows certain kind of behavior, certain defensive behaviors to be specific, and that would include growling, snarling, charging at you, or even barking to just threaten you, basically telling you to move out of that space and not touch the bowl or be near you. And you'd be very surprised to know that food aggression in general is basically guarding the food as a resource, because food as a resource is quite critical for survival, for humans and for animals both. Okay, so now what happens is that in the wild also, if you'd see that just so the other dogs or other animals should not the other predators should not steal their food, they have to guard it. Then an animal has to guard it. Okay, otherwise if they don't guard it, the chances are that they may have to go hungry for another 1 day or another 2 days. So now a very obvious question might arise that I have brought up my dog for a year and now suddenly he's showing all these food guarding tendencies, food aggression. Why is it so? I have never I have never taken away the food, I've never done anything like that, I've never messed with his food habits. So in order to answer that, you will have to take a step back and go to the source where which is one of the contributing reasons of food aggression in pet dogs in pedigreed breeds. Okay, so number one reason is rearing during the pregnancy stage. How? So if you if there's a pregnant bitch who is due for delivery of puppies, and during that time when she's pregnant, if a lot of good high quality food and supplements are not provided to the dog, to the bitch, it may so happen that it can affect the quality of the milk and as well as the quantity that she produces on a given day. Okay, so now what happens is that when she gives birth to puppies and she falls short of the required quantities that would be needed to fill the belly of each puppy, it may hamper the growth of the puppies. So again, in hindsight, what it can also lead to is that it can create that a fight for survival. So there are puppies who always get left behind and they do not get equal access to the milk because the other puppies are competing for to have as much as possible to fill up their bellies. So the onus lies on the breeder or the person who is mating the dog to make sure that they are feeding the female in ample amount and also good quality food and supplements so that she makes ample amount of milk. And also it's also the duty of the breeder to make sure that each puppy gets equal access to the milk. If there are puppies who fight and are way too much dominant and would not let other puppies drink the milk, so that thing needs to be taken care of at that very elementary level. Okay, because if this thing goes on for like 2-3 weeks till the time the weaning period is there, if it goes till that time, what it can happen, it can imprint the puppies who are getting deprived, or at least not deprived but so to say, but in a way you could say that they are getting lesser filling of the stomach. So this can lead to a lot of competitiveness in the dog's mind, and that can that has been found to be one of the major reasons that so many of these puppies eventually grow up to be very defensive around their food. Okay, so this is first part. Another part that comes into play is that once the puppies are weaned away from their mother, from the bitch, and they are switched to homemade food or commercial food, more often than not what happens is that the breeders would feed the all the puppies in a big bowl and make it a mush of the dog food or the commercial or the homemade food, and all the puppies will jump in it and they'll just try to finish it as fast as possible. So the onus lies on the breeder that they put ample generous amount of food in that bowl so that each and every puppy gets to fill their belly. and they should not believe that if they do not finish it faster, they may have to go a bit hungry. Okay, so again, these are the one of the primary contributing factors that can be eliminated. Again, it is not going to make sure that the food aggression is completely eliminated, but what it can and does help with is making sure that the food aggression as a generic behavior does not come to the forefront when these puppies are growing up. Okay, and again, despite all these things, sometimes what happens is that some dogs do have or do carry like very high level of food aggression in their genetics. Some dogs, not all dogs, but most dogs. In any case, you would be surprised to understand that every dog, regardless of the breed, they have some level of food aggression or the other. Some have very low level of aggression, some have little bit of higher food aggression, a little bit of defensiveness, and some have extremely high level of defensiveness around the meal time. Okay, so the number one reason that we have addressed is the rearing part at a very young age. Okay, the first one. The second one is the handling mistake. Okay, so handling mistakes, what exactly happens? It usually comes it brings more result when when after going to the pet owner's home. So let's say for the first 1 year or 1.5 years or 2 years, or let's say as a general matter of routine, the pet owners are very good, that is, a family is extremely good, and they always feed the dog on time, take care of the dog, and medicate the dog, work out the dog, and everything well and good. But there are so many dogs, you would see that, who are super hyper, super amped up, super crazy during the meal time. So as a matter of routine, when these dogs are fed their meals in that mental state, what it does encourage is a super intense attitude to during the around the meal time. So eventually it leads to it again, let me just point it out, it does not necessarily mean that every such dog will eventually show food aggression as a very visible behavior, but then again, it is one of the leading reasons that eventually contributes to food aggression in a particular dog, especially in a family dog. Okay, so that is something that you would need to understand, that you feed the dog when the dog is in a very receptive and submissive state of mind. Okay, which means you feed the dog when the dog is in a better mental state. Okay, and there's a third contributing factor towards more prominent display of that brings for the prominent display of food aggression, which is the routine, the discipline. Here, what I mean by routine or discipline is, many pet owners, what they do, they give the dog a food to eat in a bowl. Okay, and let's say the dog doesn't have it, the dog leaves it unattended, maybe he's not hungry. Okay, so the dog keeps the food as it is, and despite that, the let's say after 10-15 minutes, even when the dog has not had it even a single ounce, the pet owners, what they do, they keep the bowl right there, they just keep it as it is, and so they with an intention, with a proposition in mind, when my dog feels hungry, he will feed himself. Okay, because typically as Indians, we are very emotional around the meal time, around the food and meal time of our pets, even in the families as well, like towards other family members as well. So that is something that you need to avoid. Okay, and so how do we go around managing or training the dog around this? So first things first, let's understand and accept the fact that you cannot train out of food aggression in a dog. It is always going to be there. You just need it to stay at a certain manageable level, right? So first, the rearing part, you cannot really do much unless until you yourself are a breeder. Okay, the second part, what you can change is the handling mistakes. So what you can do is, whenever you bring out the food and it's your dog's meal time, you get the food out of the kitchen and keep it at a certain pedestal level or at a certain table or somewhere, keep it covered. So once your dog is settled down and just relaxed and not obsessing over it. When he's calm, he's not barking, he's not running around, he's not jumping around. Okay, when he just settles down and just gets into a down position and just relaxes, that is the time when you feed you give the food to your dog. Now many people, what they are suggested is to use commands like wait, stay. No, again, understand, when you are using a command, it is not necessary that your dog is mentally engaged in that, which is to say that uh, mindset is different from commands. Your dog may be obedient to you, but your dog might be in a super hyped up state of mind. Get it? So again, what happens, the classic example is that when you bring the food bowl and you will see your dog is getting super and bow 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 bow. Okay, so, or let's say your dog is jumping around and running around in anticipation of the food time. When you ask him to sit at that point of time, or let's say wait at that point of time, he will show you, okay fine, I just need to show this behavior to go get the food, which is fine, there's nothing wrong with it. But if you are approaching that stage with a thought process that if I ask my dog to wait, he will be he will get into super receptive state of mind, that is not so. So a receptive state of mind, a stable state of mind can only be achieved with a little bit of delay. So what I'm saying is that start delaying, bring the food out, keep it on a table, and let some time pass, 5 minutes or 10 minutes. That's when the dog settles down. If your dog is someone who does not really settle down even after 10 minutes, it's advisable that you get your dog some exercise before the meal time and let him relax for 5 minutes, and then or 10 minutes let him decompress, and then you bring the food. And then if your dog is a bit more receptive, in a much more stable state of mind, give the food. Okay, so that is something that will take care of it. And another thing that there's another technique that we use, in fact you can use, is what I call as a feed the chicken method. Now this is something that is taken from the village life. In villages, in urban area, in rural areas, you would see that farmers, when they get up in the morning, they feed the chickens through throwing it and sprinkling on the ground. They will sprinkle the grains on the feed on the ground and let the chickens feed on it and peck on it and get it. Again, this is something that you can take help of in the and copy paste it with your own dog. Just spread the food around on the ground and let your dog forage on it, and just pick up on it and sniff and pick up the food. So that way he does not get a bowl or a very specific area to guard. Okay, and don't worry, he will not start guarding the area where the food has been scattered. Don't worry, it never happens like that. Okay, so if this is something that you are struggling with, you should definitely try it out. And yet at the end of the day, if you are still struggling to get a grab on this situation, I would say get in touch with a proper professional and they'll help you out. And never remember one more thing before I sign off. Remember one more thing, that never go for this solution where a professional tells you, or at least another pet owner tells you, to put your hand in the dog's bowl or take the bowl out when he's having food, to establish yourself as a dominant alpha in your dog's life. No, please. Why? Because you're directly feeding into your dog's fears. Your dog fears that you might take away his food, you might take away his source of survival. So never do that, because the moment you start putting your hands in the bowl, to whatever, pretend that you are having from the bowl and you are the alpha, and you're taking away the bowl just to establish that, oh, I can do whatever I want, you cannot bite me. Sorry boss, you are just feeding into a dog's fears, and that fear is only going to get reinforced more and more every time you pick up the bowl while he's having the food. Okay, so never do that. And also, on a parting note, I just forgot about one thing regarding the routine mistakes, which is whenever you are feeding your dog, keep the bowl down, keep it for 10 minutes. If your dog leaves the scene, take it away. Otherwise, so many dogs, they develop this behavior where they start guarding the food from a certain distance. They might not have the food, but they'll keep an eye on the food, and anybody who remotely passes by that area and or walks around that food bowl, they start attacking. The many dogs have this habit, so never let this thing foster for too long. If your dog does not want to have food, keep it away. So again, feed your dog in the next meal time. Okay, so your dog may stay hungry, let him stay hungry, but let your dog understand the pain of rejecting the food. So always have a dedicated time, almost roughly half an hour time plus minus is fine, but make sure that you are feeding your dog at the correct timing. And if your dog does not want to have it, simply take it away. Never keep it lying around. Keep it away in the kitchen, and when the next meal time comes, feed him in the same spot. Hope this helps you, and if you have any other question, please do let me know. Thank you. Bye bye.